is Spencer McCurdy. I'm here to talk to y'all today about a very important issue. I'm sure all of you have seen this issue, heard about this issue, and some of you may have been a part of this issue yourselves. The issue at hand is poverty. Now, do any of y'all know what poverty is? I'm sure you do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's basically where you don't have enough money to get what you need, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the globalissue.org says that 80% of the world, 80% of the world's population makes less than $10 a day. They live off of $10 or less a day. Now, that may not sound too bad, but 50% of the world's population, or 3 billion people, live off of $2.50 or less a day. $2.50 or less a day. Nikolai, what could you do with $2.50 a day?
Buy 2 McDoubles.
You think you'd be pretty hungry off $2.50 a day?
Yes, I would be.
All right, I'd be hungry too. That brings me to my next point. The United Nations Food and Agricultural Committee did a study and found that 1 in 7 people do not have enough food. They go hungry on a regular basis and are malnourished. Now, what malnourished does to people, their bodies don't develop right. Children grow up and they only get about this tall when they're 20 if they're malnourished their whole life. 5 million children actually die every year directly related to starvation. And the ones that don't die suffer complications their whole life. Things in their body don't develop right. Their immune system's very weak. They're sick all the time. But what's sad about this is that the world has more than enough food to feed everyone. 2,500 calories or more a day. 2,500 calories. That's enough to feed a grown man, a grown woman. That's more than enough to be okay. But there's some people out there who get less than 2,500 calories in a week. Why is this? Why is poverty around? What causes poverty? Does anyone know? Anyone know the cause?
Education.
What? Not education.
Low income?
Low income? That's one of the reasons. There's 3 primary reasons. Number 1 is the income gap between the rich and the poor. Number 2 is bad economy. Number 3 is inflation of goods. Now, what country does that sound awfully familiar to? Here in America, we have the widest income gap we've ever had in history. Our inflation is also at its highest point. Our economy is not doing so hot either. Now, in 2010, the census found that 15% of the USA is currently living in poverty. 15% of us. Homelessness is on the rise. Poverty is on the rise. The economy is getting worse. The gap between the poor and rich is getting wider. So, I ask you to just think about that and understand that it's important to you because it could happen to you. This country, while it is a great country, things could change for us and things could change for you, and you never know what life has in store for you. So I ask that you please just think about this speech next time you maybe see someone on the strip asking for money, and maybe think twice before you give them that cold shoulder. Thank you.